baby. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? My J Dunn voice. Good morning. Oh my God. My God, my God. I had a great weekend. Happy Monday to anyone that's coming into the room. Who may see this later. Micah Baby Green, my 2 cents. Hey, um, what's really going on, y'all? Hey, so glam. Y'all, I was celebrating my friend DJ's birthday this weekend. Me and his friends got together. We went to dinner. We went out dancing last night, karaoke. We had a good time. Aunt Kim has been being Aunt Kim, being, baby, my Aunt Kim is a country woman to the core. She went fishing and with her boyfriend of 30 plus years. Yes, Aunt Kim is shacking up. She's been shacking for 30, almost 40 years. Um, and I love my Aunt Kim. Hey, Sarah Brewer. Um, so I'm trying to see what I'm gonna do for my birthday. My birthday is September the 7th. I was thinking about doing a party bus or either just having a white party here at my house. um, I'm still undecided about it. Um, but y'all, I wanted to come on and address some things. Well, I've been in the bushes and I've been watching. I watched some of Cookie Monster videos. Uh, and I was listening to Fi, and I've been listening to seeing Sean on vacation. Uh, Everybody's been doing their thing. I think that, like with Cookie Monster, I think it's good for Cookie Monster to come and observe people and come to her own conclusion if she could, how she feel about them. Don't let anyone dictate how she should, who she should like or dislike. Be a free agent. Go where you want. Peep everything. Go look at the backstories. Uh, and come to your own, choice of who you think you want to roll with or whatever. Or just keep it, again, be a free agent. Because I've witnessed over here, there are people in this sector that do want you to be oblivious to anything that they're doing. And I think that we have to be, you just don't be a follower. And subscribers, hey, V. Lenore, uh, I think that subscribers, you can support us as content creators, but sometimes I think subscribers start to feel as if they own us. Uh, I'm a regular person. I'm cool with people. I can meet with people, but I'm hesitant now. I've grown really. It's making me take a step back because I think that people become so desperate to be close to you that it could put you in, at risk. Just you could just really be endangering yourself because some people do become obsessed, and it's almost like that Selena thing with the lady killing her, or John Lennon, other people that have felt, they just, it's like they want to be somewhere near you. And that's cool. I have artists that I'm a fan of. Janet Jackson. I like Sade. I Stevie Wonder. But I don't want to own them. I don't want a part of them. I've met celebrities in person. I don't get awestruck over anyone. Um, and be skeptical, yes, but And I think like even with the For Real Nail and For Real Nail, I don't have any issue with For Real Nail. I'm good with For Real Nail. I don't have an issue with this lady. I don't really know her. But I've seen her about, and she's never done anything, negative to me. But I I say for someone like For Real Nail, baby, love yourself. Love yourself. Don't ever seek validation through anyone. And it was something when D. Ramsey told her, no, don't follow me. You can, what does they say? You can eat the fish but spit the bones out. Just eat the meat, spit the bones out. Something to that effect. You know what I'm saying? But I think that you could, hey Fedora, you could get something from, like, when our parents, our upbringing. I learned from my parents. I learned from my other elders in the family, but I don't follow everything that they taught me because they were in a different time than I am. And they did things slightly different from, how we do things now. And, you had men going to work and women staying at home. That's a thing of the past. So I think that, and these people taking advice from Meemaw. When my Meemaw said this, and this is what Meemaw did, but Meemaw ass dropped out in 7th grade. Meemaw dropped out in 7th grade. Meemaw have 9 children, 7 baby daddies. But you telling me what the hell Meemaw taught you? And my Meemaw used it. What the fuck? Where did that get Meemaw? What did her experiences in life teach Meemaw? Your parents can only do so much. They don't come with a rule book. There's no study guide. So if you're following what they're saying, you may be effing up because you're not. Mima said you have a hot meal ready and have it bath water ran. When your man come in, that's how Mima did Paw. But Paw was out there fucking anything that sat down to pee, came home, beat Mima ass, and she still cooked for him. If I was Mima, I would have threw grits on Paw's ass and been out of there. But Mima stayed there for 40 years, taking that bullshit, sleeping in different bedrooms, and Paw had whole families out there. But Pawpaw was a good man. Mima and Pawpaw, they didn't fight in front of us. That they made it do. She stayed by him. Well, Mima was dumb as fuck. Mima was done. She was a product of her environment. She probably came from a mother and a father that was in a similar situation. Okay. So Glam, right. Hey, Universal, Miss J, what? Fedora, I did speak Fedora. I try to make sure. But y'all, we have to be aware that I had experiences that my mother would never have had. My mother never had experience. My mother, she didn't travel much. We stayed in Minneapolis for a couple of years when I was younger. I grew up in East Texas. I'm in Houston now, but my mother she wasn't a person that was, I've been to several different countries. My mother just didn't go out of Houston a lot. So what would my mother have been able to tell me about the world when she didn't experience it? And by the time I was 17, which was only a few years ago, I had traveled to several different places out of the US. But my mother, she wasn't around a lot of different cultures and stuff. She was a Southern woman, and she was limited to her exposure was very limited. Meanwhile, I'm working with people that are from the Middle East. I work with people from, just Russia and China and South America. So she didn't have that experience. There were things that I would sometimes teach her and show her. But if you're running around here saying All the elders are not wise. We see that on YouTube. Every elder is not this, oracle type of person. When I say oracle, I'm talking about from the Matrix. We're not, everyone is not that type of a wise, benevolent. I was going to say Benelope, benevolent. Y'all, my tongue is tied. Benel, benevolent. Damn it, and overworldly, just this other god, like this god like deity. There's not that many. Some elders are just sitting back under a fucking palm, under a shade tree, drinking some fucking MD 2020. That's what their day consists of. Right, universal. Yes, T Danielle, there she goes. She always come with that mess. Fedora. Oh, Meemaw didn't play. But y'all, let me tell y'all something. And this is what I'm witnessing in my family. And y'all, I'm very transparent when I discuss some family things, but I do keep some things private because everything is not meant for public consumption. Um, my grandfather was a shitty husband to my grandmother. Point blank, period. He wasn't a good husband. And he was abusive verbally, physically, just but my grandfather has gotten up in age now and he's dealing with a lot of health problems. And my family's divided by what to do with my grandfather. My grandfather was a good grandfather to me. Let me say that. He was good to me. I didn't see the horrors that he inflicted upon my grandmother. So, but I knew my grandfather, what I did learn, because as a child, I saw my grandfather. My grandfather could do no wrong. He spoiled. He got me what I wanted, and my grandfather showed. He took the place of a father a lot of times because my father was out being, he was out in the streets for a period of time. Doing, what men do sometimes. But my grandfather, he introduced me. That's why, right now with my writing, I love sci-fi. My grandfather introduced me to comics. I started collecting comics when I was a kid. And my grandfather bought me my first comics. It was called ElfQuest, and it was a fantasy-based line of comics. And I drew. A lot of people don't know that I can draw, but it's like I just don't do it that much now. But I wasn't there to witness him beating my grandmother. I wasn't there to witness my aunts and uncles always being on eggshells. And it wasn't that he wasn't the disciplinarian with his kids. It was my grandmother. But I felt my grandmother took out her frustration on my aunts. Now, my uncles could do no wrong, but it's funny how a woman will treat daughters bad, but not the sons. And that's in a lot of cultures. The sons are like the apple of their parent, the parents' eyes. The daughters sometimes are expendable. And I witnessed that in my own family. Hey, California girl, good to see you over here. What's going on? You learned everything on your own. And I did too a lot of times, Unity, Universal. And chill out, hey. No, it was my grandfather that introduced me to comics because he knew that I like to read. And see, a lot of people, until you have like a conversation with me, you know, I was that person, a kid. I would go get the encyclopedias, and I always found like animals and nature fascinating. So I would go get the Encyclopedia Britannica and I would read them. And this is like when I was like 6, 7, when I was learning, reading. I learned to read at a young age because that was my form of escapism. I used to read I read like, well, it was Stephen King, I guess was very inappropriate for me to be reading as a kid, but as a boy, I read Stephen King. I read Andrea Mercedes Lackey, Andrea Norton. I read a lot of sci-fi fantasy, some autobiographical things, but my love I had always been fantasy because again, it was a form of escapism. And I think that just me doing the comics, I started to draw, and I noticed that I could draw because I knew how good I was at a young age because my uncles, which were like youngest uncle is only 3 years older than I am, and the other one is like 6 years older. Baby, in black families, you be the same age as your aunties and uncles. Don't play. And grandma was still having babies, even though grandfather was out in them streets making babies elsewhere. He came home and still was making. My grandmother and him had 9 children. So I learned that I could draw when my uncles and I would draw sometimes, and I remember drawing like hearts and horses and other little animals, and they couldn't draw. And I was like, "What the fuck is that he drew? That's a pig." He was like, my uncle would try to draw, and I was just younger than him and surpassing him. Um, and that young uncle, he used I guess, his the art form that he learned was landscaping. He's really good at landscaping, and he has a landscaping business now. But I I just I wanted to do my own thing. Coming from a large family, I would go hide out and read. And I think that hold on, y'all. I got a message. And no, the message is not Jack or Grinder. It's Christian Mingle. No, but so and I had a conversation yesterday. And it's funny because one of our friends, I'm getting to know her and I'm liking her more. I met this friend through my friend. You know what? This friend, I didn't like her. Listen, this is a straight woman. And you know what, y'all, as a gay man, sometimes when black women approach me to be friends with me, I'm a little hesitant. Some of my closest friends are black women, and I have much love and respect for women, but sometimes it's almost like a white person befriending you as a black person. That's how I view sometimes when I've been approached by women to be my friends, because I don't know what it's about. And are you going to respect me like I respect you? And when I use white people as an example, yeah, just hear me out. White people will be your friends, but they may say some shit that's out of line and they don't know that they've said something that you may find offensive, like a white person trying to talk black. You know what I'm saying? When I say black, they're trying to talk like with a hip hop edge and, like, hey, what y'all doing? What's up, my boy? And you're like, where the hell did this come from? Why are you talking like this? I mean, this when I hear you on the phone, you don't talk like that. Why? Where's this over exaggeration coming from? Well, just like women being a gay person friend, they be like, hey, girl. And you be like, who the hell you calling girl? Like, you and I are not friends like that. Just like you would say you and a white person are not friends to have that comfort level with you. Hey, nursey nurse. And But I think that when you're cool with someone, me and my female friends have nurtured friendships for years, and I've known, they're my family. But we got to have just an honest dialogue. Black women, gay men, straight black men. Because I know when I had my live up, and I said there was two straight men here at the house that I had became friends with. We and it was over a period of time. But the straight men that came to my house, I met them again through my friend DJ and through my friend BJ. So, and the women here was Amy and Tyler, and they Tyler's BJ's cousin, and the other straight person is BJ's cousin. That's a man. And DJ's friend that he's known for years is a straight man that they met when they were, several years back in church, and they became cool. But someone said, what straight men are there? What straight men is that you're dancing with? Well, you don't know who I'm dancing with, which it was DJ and BJ. The straight men were in another room talking to the other guests that were here. But again, it's a mutual respect. Their masculinity isn't challenged because we're gay. Because we don't, and that's why, even with Daryl Moore had made a comment and said, what can gay men and straight men talk about? Something along those lines. Well, we are men. Gay men do like sports. Now, I'm not one of them that like to watch sports, and I play, I played some, hell, I played baseball, but I'm not a footballer. My frame is too slight to be football. And you could tackle me, but not on the field if you get my drift. But uh, I think that wait, gay men are better men to us when they don't kill us or dog us out. Hey, California, yeah, California girl, let me tell you something. But you know what? Let me say something unique, universal. This is the thing about gay men. I identify first as a black man. My sexuality is secondary to me being a black man because society sees me as a black man. But I I think that if we're gonna have honest and open dialogue, when people get offended, like okay, like the whole Lil Nas X thing in his video Industry Baby. Everybody was up in arms about that. Lil Boosie came out of the fucking whatever little hole he had scurried in to hide for hibernation. He came out of it. T.I., I guess he had some free time from putting his foot up in someone's coochie so he could come and talk. But they were talking about Lil Nas X and saying, Lil Boosie first said, man, these little kids, they trying to make these little boys trying to be straight. Why you trying to make them gay? But who is trying to be straight? Do people wake up every morning and have to make an effort to be straight? I don't. I'm one of those gay men to say I don't think trans women should be in sports with straight women, with natural born women. A trans woman should not run track against a straight a female, a natural born female. And I don't use cis women because I think women do get offended when gay people say cis women. Why would you make a difference in calling a natural born woman a cis woman? I think a trans woman should be called a cis woman. Why should because the majority of women are natural born women. If you identify as a woman, that's your choice. You can identify whatever. But I don't think that if women don't like being called cis born women, I don't, you should respect that as well. Respect is definitely a two-way street. But the thing is, like with the Lil Boosie talking about, if Lil Nas X did a video, if he did a performed and he was nude on stage, Lil Boosie a cup and beat his ass, and he said we'll beat your ass. Wait, hold up. So you gotta jump him? Y'all gonna jump Lil Nas X? But you know Lil Nas X got his people around him too, Lil Boosie. Who the hell is scared of somebody? First off, who the hell is scared of someone named Lil Boosie? Lil Boosie and the baby sound like somebody's badass kids that you have to tell when your children come over here. Don't let them tear my damn house up. The baby, Lil Boosie, they sound like some badass fucking hood rat children, some ghetto ass children that's fucking jumping your gate, stealing shit out your yard. And Lil Boosie, not Lil Boosie, Lil Boosie is sitting up, man. You know, the man, everybody ain't cool with that gay shit. Everybody, okay, wait. And this is the thing. When again, the comparison to a racist white person, see, black men right now are acting like a bunch of Karens. Now, when you say Little Boosie, you're comparing the baby to Lil Nas X. When you're comparing the two, those two, first off, listen, Lil Nas is living his truth. His truth is offending you. You're offended by him living in his truth. He's not offended by you and what you're doing. You spoke on what he was doing. So you can't make a parallel between the two because the two are totally different. You don't want to see, and that's your right to not want to see a man half naked dancing. But what if I said something about any rapper getting up with half naked women, screwing them on stage, doing everything he wants to a woman? Lil Boosie, and weren't you the same one that hired a prostitute to give your nephews and your sons fellatio and they're underage? But you're the moral standards guy now? You have high moral standards now, Lil Boosie? Your name alone could get your ass stoned in the Middle East. But I don't think that. And then for Ti, baby, you need to worry about whatever upcoming court cases you should be dealing with. Because didn't you put half your foot in someone's coochie? Okay. You are definitely a misogynist, Ti, because you wanted to keep Tiny under your boot heel. Tiny, you wanted Tiny to be like a Middle Eastern woman. You wanted her to be quiet, not do anything, and let you be the man and make all the decisions. But when you went to jail, she found her independence. Even though she had already been established as an artist already in her own right. Okay, so glam, coochie, baby, okay? That's not a coochie anymore, that's a cooter. But it's like you're getting mad at what gay people just being gay people. Because first off, y'all got rights. Y'all want rights. Y'all got more rights than straight people now. Wouldn't that be like a white person saying black people have more rights than white people now? And I know straight, women, men will be like, why would you compare those two? Because they are comparable. For me, I'm a black gay man, so I can walk in both shoes. If I get pulled over, they're pulling over a black man. Homophobia, because I am a gay man. I've experienced that with my friends. I've never been harassed for being gay, but I've been around my friends and the whole group got harassed because maybe people were more effeminate or louder and that attracted attention. But people have a right to live in their truth. Again, if my truth offends you, stay the hell away. Don't interact with me. And you're sitting up, man, they want us to do this and they want us to do that. No, we want to be treated equally. We want a seat at the table. You're comfortable with us being makeup artists, stylists behind the scenes, but when we come and we're making decisions, you have a problem with it? Yes, that's very much like a white person afraid of black people getting more power. Yes, it's no different. Because the white flight was when black people moved into neighborhoods and they started running into they started running out, out into the country because they didn't want to live around blacks. But then when blacks were able to afford to stay there, it's like, oh, damn, let's move back into the city now. They can come here. Let's go back into the city. And they raised the taxes up. And now our older black people that used to live in the inner city can't afford places. They can't afford to pay the taxes. Like here in Houston, hey, Chupacabra, the neighborhood that I stay in was black people. And this was like early on, maybe over 40 years ago, though, like over 40 plus years ago. It was black families that were working class families. But then drugs took a hold, drugs got a foothold, and drugs took over and people left. And whites start moving in because I'm right at downtown. And when the whites started moving into the neighborhood, the rent and stuff started going up. Taxes went up. Older black people that were on fixed incomes couldn't afford it. Or the houses that were abandoned because of drugs. People that became, addicted to drugs couldn't pay their rent. And they, the houses, the white people bought the houses up. So now in my neighborhood, I'm the only black person that I've seen, like in my immediate vicinity. Now, there are a couple of Hispanic people, but it's primarily white people. And the houses back in those days, you could probably get a house over here for probably like, now keep in mind, this was like, I think like the 70s, 80s when it was when blacks, 70s, I'm guessing probably. But the houses were like 60,000. 70, 80, 80,000. Now there's no house in my neighborhood that's under 350,000. So they did a I'm tongue tied. They did a regentrification in this area. And they did a lot of work. But I think that the mindset of somebody's texting me and it threw me off, just totally off just now. But I think that people, and this is kind of like it's close to the neighborhood, and I think, why are you texting me? Good God, they want you. Hey, Lynn T.A. sis. But they're up in arms about, I don't know, y'all. I just got thrown off because somebody texted me something crazy. Not bad, but it was along sexual in nature. But Also, before I forget, y'all, there's there are prayer cloths that are being sold, and more power to Jay Wilson is selling prayer cloths, um, and that's his thing. I'm gonna do skeet rags. Now you can hit my email up for payment arrangements if you need to put something down. Now the skeet rags are only $1.75. And they're not prayed over or anything. The skeet rags were handled by hookers, or they were the discarded rags, after a sexual tryst. And they've been washed and everything. Now, if you prefer unwashed, those are going to be a little bit more expensive. Unwashed skeet rags. Now, the regular skeet rags are $1.75. Unwashed are going to be $2. Period panties. You know what? Period panties. Oh my God, we may do that. So glad. Period panties are skid mark underwear, skid mark draws, skid mark draws are I don't know, y'all. See. No, no, let's get back to skeet rag. Now the skeet rags are in different colors. If you want whole red, Jezebel blue, slut black. I mean, what color y'all want? I like whole red. I like whole red. Um. What I do? Y'all, can y'all hear me? Can you hear me still? Um. Can y'all hear me? Press one if you can't. If you can hear me, press one. Okay. Now, back to Lil Boosie. And okay, thank y'all. The Lil Boosie. Now the thing is, and don't get smart. Don't get cute, Candy K. You okay, Summer Breeze? Damn it. Uh, but and the skeet rags will come in a box or a bag, a brown paper bag or a big brown envelope. Oh, chupacabra mattress covers. That is, that's genius. That's genius. Baby, candy birds better move over. Candy coated, baby, you better move over, baby. I'm going to see, I think it could be very lucrative. Um, Now the skeet rags will be heavy duty. Now they may be a little raggedy when you get them because they've had some wear and tear. Now, I think that I think a lot of stuff going on. What color is skeet? Is skeet is cream colored, but yes, cream colored. That's why we got cream pies. Cream pie yellow. Oh my God, it just came to me. One of the skeet rag colors could be cream pie yellow. But douchebag blue. Douchebag blue could be a color. But let me stop. Lord forgive me. Lord, Lord forgive me. But okay, y'all. But the thing is, listen, I think that the whole thing of even like transgender, you know, say California girl, you know what? You just making me be worse. You just making me go just further over the damn ledge. But y'all, so I think that people should, whatever makes you uncomfortable, that's your if I'm being who I am, it's you can't tell people who they can love. Who If it was back in the days, white people and black people couldn't get married. White people would frown upon it like, oh my God, we don't want to see that. We don't want our children to see that, because if our children see that, they're gonna want to be with a black person. So no, we don't want to see two gay men together because it's gonna make our sons want to be with a gay man. Um, but I do think that, let me tell you something. I've had conversations. Chupacabra. What I was gonna say about trans? Okay, yeah. Thank you for bringing me back in, Chupacabra, because I was on one for some seconds. I think trans women should be called cis women. If because trans women are now identifying as they identify as a woman, but they're not the majority. They were born from women. So why would a natural born woman have to alter her being called just a natural born woman? Why? If I will respect trans women and call, if you identify as a woman, I'm going to respect and call you, and respect, how you identify as. But even trans women I don't have a trans women should be able to go into a women's restroom. If you identify as a woman, now let me say this. If you just threw a wig on and you look like my uncle, my Uncle Bruce, if you threw a wig on and you look like my Uncle Bruce dressing up for Halloween, fucking with everybody, no, I don't think that you should be going into the women's restroom. Because see, there are people out there that are sick and may go dress up just to go in there and get off or do something. But we know a lot of times someone that's doing that is not gonna get all dolled up and look pretty and look like a natural born woman. They're not gonna look like, you're gonna look and be like, oh, where is this? What the hell is? Why did he have a sundress on with some boots? Hey, lovely love. But the thing is, let me tell y'all something. The gay men that I knew as a kid, I knew gay men as a child. And when I say as a child, I mean this was probably like about 15 years ago. But I hell, I thought some of them were mean. I used to compare older gay men to me with like some mean ass like parents. You know how you can go to somebody's house and they got like a macaw or like a cockatiel, one of those little more the cockatoo, I mean. The bigger parrots, they tend to be mean as hell if they don't identify you as someone, that's their caretaker. So gay men that I would see, I would call them some damn macaws or cockatoos. And because they were mean as hell, and just I guess because a lot of times they couldn't live in their truth and they became bitter as they aged. And I just, my cousin, he wasn't like that. My family's never been, I never witnessed them being homophobic, but I knew that it was something different about my cousin. His nickname was Beaver. But his name was Ernest. He passed away, but we called him Beaver. But he was an attractive man, and women were crazy about him. But he was very flamboyant, and as flamboyant as he was, women would still want to be with him. And I remembered him having a girlfriend. Now, y'all, Beaver mother was a Jehovah's Witness, and Beaver's mother was my Bible teacher at times. And that got me many ass whoopings because I was mannish. And when the other kids would be in there reading the Bible, reading the Watchtower magazines and the oh my God, the books. It was like we had different books that we would have to read. And I was like, meanwhile, I'm hunching on the little girls of, looking under dresses, and I'm being mannish. And of course, she would come back and tell my grandmother, and I would get my ass whooped. And that is true, Chupacabra. Because there's a difference between a drag queen and trans women. I think if you identify as a woman and you're going to, it would be problematic for a trans woman to go into a men's restroom. It's not going to be the same. Now, if you didn't do something on like my Uncle Bruce and saying that you Tina Turner acting a damn fool for Halloween, you're not going to look the same. Because he don't got a lick of makeup on his face. He just threw a grandma's wig on, threw one of her church dresses on she don't wear any longer, and some damn Timberlands or something. No. Y'all, he's not real. He's fucking playing. That's the way some guys would probably do if they wanted to sneak into a women's restroom. But my cousin Ernest, I remember the women trying to get with him. And I remember one girlfriend he had, and I would see them together, and they never, consummated the relationship, surprisingly. But she was crazy about him. But he was like, he acted like she was his good Judy. Like he'd be talking, now this is your girlfriend, and you like, bitch, let's go to the store. Bitch, come on. That's how this is your girlfriend. And you're talking, Miss Thing. He talking to his girlfriend, calling her Miss Thing. And Miss Thing is, and I used to think as a child, like, I didn't know what gay was, but I knew that Beaver wasn't like the other men in my family. And children are very perceptive. Because I remember this little wench, and I love her now. She's an extended family member of mine. She's my cousin's cousin. And she saw me in the store, and she was with her mother. And it was me and I think my brother in the store and my sister. And we ran into them. And she said, "You got eyes like a girl." This is what she said to me. "You got eyes like a girl." And I was like at this time, I was like about 18. And she was like about 9. No, about 6, 7, something like. Child, I don't know how. But she was a little badass little girl. Let's just say that. And she, beautiful woman now, is sweet. But then I was like, this little wench. You got eyes like a girl. But I think that children don't know what gay is. Children don't, and your children shouldn't be watching Cardi B or Meg the Stallion either. Because all of that is overly sexualized. Lil Nas is overly sexualized. It's all, but what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Don't come over, T. Danielle, Lynn T. Are you going to stand for this? And T Danielle, are you gonna stand for what Lynn T do to me as well? But you know, kids are honest and they do say what they feel, Lynn. And the thing is, children are not taught to hate. And hell, children don't. Y'all listen. As a gay man, I never felt, I never felt that as an adult. Now, as a teenager, I wasn't out like that. I knew I was gay, but I wasn't out with it. Like when my friend Lynn came over here, the not Lynn T, my other friend Lynn came over. She's known me since I was a teenager, and I told the story about the man feeling on me when I was sleeping. His girlfriend caught her. The girlfriend that caught me was my friend Lynn's sister. And when I told y'all that, and she was in the chat, she told you, yeah, she was there when it happened. She was in Houston when it happened. She wasn't there, but uh the lady, her sister stayed with her boyfriend, even though he told her he used to be gay. He wasn't gay any longer. He was like Andrew Caldwell. And Andrew Caldwell said, I like vagina. I think he said vagina. You know, he has a speech impediment, but I when I Andrew Caldwell, to me, when him saying that, it was like, honey, if you don't go sit down some damn well, now we know damn well you ain't gonna be getting nobody cooter. Oh, you know what, Chupacabra? To me, I wouldn't have an issue. I wouldn't have an issue with drag queens reading, because I saw that before. I saw a clip of that. Uh, to me, it would almost be like someone in a costume reading to children. Like if they were dressed up like a Smurf or something, reading to kids. Uh, but I don't see an issue with it. Do I think it's a little off? I guess because I'm not accustomed to it. It's something that was new to me as well. So, but I think people should be children should know there are a lot of different types of people that make up the world. You know, you told on me. Who you went and told on me, Candy Cane? Because you always telling something. Always telling. But you know, I but we as gay men, we have always had to hide in the shadows. Yeah, just okay. And for my black female subscribers, imagine if you were back in the 50s and you fell in love with someone that was Italian, an Italian man, or you know, but society told you no, you could never marry him. You can't be with him because we don't agree with what you like. We don't think you should like what you like. So we're going to make the decision for you to tell you how to live your life. You're a black woman that wants to be with a white man. We're telling you, no, we don't like that. We're not going to let you live like that. That's no different from a straight person telling a black person telling me, well, you can't love who you love. We don't like it. It makes us uncomfortable. So why would you want to be comfortable when it's making us uncomfortable? Y'all see how that sounds? We just want to be heard like anyone else. I've never been that person that had like rainbow stickers or anything like that on my car. But if you do, that's your choice. We don't wake up every day and put shoes on and say, well, I put my gay shoes on today. I gotta. I wake up again and I look in the mirror and see a black man looking at me. Much like when Tracy look in the mirror, she see a black man looking at her as well. But I think that I don't go out and just think about my sexuality, or but I'm always when I see a police car, my color is always in my mind then. I don't get pulled over by the police and be like, oh my God, they're gonna find that I'm gay. I'm gonna be, they find that I'm gay. I'm in trouble if they clock it, you know. But I do think when the police pull me over, oh fuck, is this a white person? Don't tell me this is a redneck pulling. Please don't let this be a damn redneck. Yes, Chupacabra. God wouldn't accept them because they were, and you know what? I even heard, and I was reading different articles that they felt like people were black because we were the descendants of Cain. And the reason we were black because the shame of what Cain did to Abel turned our souls black. Before in the Mormon belief, I think it was the Mormons that didn't believe that a black person could go to heaven unless they went through some type of this whole ritualistic thing that they would have to go through to be cleansed of the impurity of their soul for being the descendants of Cain. And it's crazy. I just don't want to. With Lil Nas X, I think a lot of people responding. It's like jealousy as well. How dare this black gay man, this gay, and this is how the black people, some I think feel. How dare him? We've been rappers for all this time, and he come into the picture and he get all this attention. He's getting all these product endorsements because people are jumping on the bandwagon. Y'all remember all the shows that would come out and they always had like the gay best friend, because in these movies like Clueless, some of these shows that have like the gay bestie, because the gay people are supposed to be very dramatic and over the top, and it's almost like looking at some animal in a cage at the circus that can't get to you, but they're entertaining. Yeah, they didn't believe we were human, right, Linty? They didn't believe we were human. And you know what? I've had to check a few Karens when I take Kai up to the dog park. I have to put some Karens in check, and now I haven't had to put a Ken in check, but Karens, yes, because white women come on and they have this entitlement. I'm a white woman. Excuse me. I'm a white woman. How dare you? You question me? Because my dog I have a little miniature teacup Yorkie, and you have this big 25-pound puppy that's trying to attack my little Fifi. Why the fuck is Fifi over here in this dog park? If Fifi's so damn delicate and tender, why you have Fifi throw a Fifi ass in the backyard and let her play? Or are you scared of fucking chicken hawk or some type of eagle or scoop her ass up? Will and growth. Hey, Jay Dunn. What's going on, Jay Dunn? But I think that definitely, even when I went out last night, I go out last night and the bar we go to is like a white bar. It's a white gay bar. And this white woman came up behind me, and she was walking by and she was like, excuse me, she had touched on my shirt. Then she started rubbing my back, and then she got in front of me and she was like, you're cute. She said, you're cute. Oh my God, your shirt feels so soft. And it was like she was rubbing my t-shirt. And she kept saying how soft the fabric was and rubbing on me. And I just started laughing. And she was like, Are all y'all gay? And we all did a collective yes, as if on cue. And she started laughing. She said, well, I'm here with my girlfriend. I'm bi. Okay, but we're gay. Okay, gay. Well, gay men here. Hey, bookworm. Wait, you do? Bookworm. Listen, I've had the smallest dog I've ever had was a miniature schnauzer, and I had like two miniature schnauzers. But and I think Yorkies could be feisty little dogs, but this Yorkie she had was very wobbly. It looked weak. Why the hell is this dog look like it looked dehydrated, to be honest with you? And the dog was just wiggle. It was like kind of shaky, walking around, looking emaciated. Meanwhile, you got these other dogs running around, jumping, growling, rolling over in the dirt, jumping their asses in the little pond, swimming. And she's like, uh has your dog had his vaccinations? Bitch, have you had your vaccinations? What you mean have my bitch, have you had your vaccinations? We're in a pandemic now. Have you had your vaccinations? Because I have. Or bitch, they need to give you whatever they give dogs for parvo or bordello. They need to give your ass that because you definitely barking up the wrong tree today, niece. But when I told her, I said, well, are you vaccinated? I'm very well aware of you're not supposed to take a puppy to a dog park that's not vaccinated because it can get sick. I'm very well versed in that. Now, are you vaccinated, bitch? Because you may be called running around here with the Delta variant, but you got your ass up here at this park with no mask. Are you vaccinated? But oh, they believe what? And that's I think the thing was she felt on my t-shirt and yo the t-shirt and I got a lot of shirts from this company True Classic and I ordered my shirts. I like the feel of soft cotton and these t-shirts are so smooth and soft. Everybody always says that, but girl, you a stranger touching on me. And I thought it was funny, but it was a little off-putting. But again, we go there, we meet people, and you know, I've met all types of people there. You know, just I've met different races and that live in my area, or you know, you don't know who you can meet. You know, and that may be a potential door opening for you in the future. You never know. Damn, $890. Honey, I would have brushed the teeth for the I would have brushed the teeth for you for the hell $99. But I think that and y'all, let me tell y'all, and even as far as dating, I've dated white guys, I've dated Hispanic, and you know, contrary to popular belief, and when I say that I mean Miss Diva wanted that bullshit talking about out like making it like I only date white guys. I dated a couple, but you know, my preference has always been black because of our shared history and everything. I felt there was more of a common ground that I would have with another black person. So me going out last night, I did meet a couple of people, but and it's funny because one guy that I met, he got up and he sang "Miracle" by Whitney Houston. Now, him getting up singing "Miracle," hold on. Okay, I'm back. I had to put some clothes on. Um, but he got up and sang "Miracle." He did a decent, he sung pretty good. His voice was just deep to sing it. But when he and I met, you know, We had a nice conversation. Black guy, dreadlocks. I tend to meet those more so now. But someone else I met that was, I don't know if he was Dominican. He was one of those Latino like subgroups. But he sang Miracle, yes, at the bar called JR's here in Houston. Um, but I say that to say, you know, I go to a mixed bar. You know, it's primarily white, and the MCs that do, the MCs are drag queens, and we always have a great time there. And some of my straight friends have came up there, and we all just hung out. Um, I think that I've even witnessed now like gay guys dating women. So I guess they're bisexual because one Hispanic guy was there, and I've seen him flirt with people. He's flirted with me, and he was there sitting with his girlfriend last night. I was like, wait, well, damn, I thought he was gay. I didn't know he was bisexual. Okay, child, it caught me by surprise. But so the guy was telling me I leave tomorrow. He's from Dallas, and he was like, I leave tomorrow. He gave me his number. He got my number, and I was like, oh, he keeps saying he's leaving tomorrow. So you trying to hook up tonight? And I was thinking that, but I didn't. I came home and I fell into a diabetic coma when I got. I fell out like Brianna would fall out after eating at Golden Corral or Denny's, all you could eat Grand Slam breakfast. But I didn't, do that. But I just think that somebody sent me another message. Oh God. Just the whole interacting, what gays and straights can going out to a club together. We all had a good time. Um, but I want my women supporters. And like Jay Dunn is you're identifies as a lesbian. And lesbians like Jay Dunn that are more masculine appearing have harder times than a female. A softer female lesbian doesn't get all the flack that a more masculine gay woman, lesbian would get. Much like gay men, more feminine gay men get harassed. It's the opposite, but you know what I'm saying? The more feminine you are as a gay man, the more you'll get harassed. The more masculine you are as a lesbian, the more you'll be harassed. Because the other two that are not getting harassed is because we tend to be more of we fit into their comfort zone. A masculine lesbian is not a dream that a man have a lot of times of a lesbian woman that he wants to be with. Feminine guys, people may find offensive because they're not, the masculinity is held with much more it's held to a greater it holds more power. Masculinity is a stronger trait to have than femininity by society's idea of what is good or bad. And I think like with my sister, my sister's a lesbian. My sister been married to her wife for like 8 years. But when you see my sister and her wife, they both would be called lipstick lesbians because you don't see a stud. My wife and my sister and her wife, they both look like lipstick lesbians. There's nothing. I told my sister, I said, your ass is closet. You're a closet stud. And she's like, no, I'm not. My sister has dated studs that look like studs. Look like ninjas that's been locked up doing hard time and just got out. That's the kind of studs my sister used to be with. Now she has a wife that looks like a girly girl. Y'all saw my sister on cam and her wife. They both walking around here with loop earrings on, little short, cute haircuts, dressing feminine heels and shit. I'm gonna tell y'all, y'all see me on here and y'all see me as sweet and innocent. But I think guys like me because I got a smart ass mouth. And it's like if they say something slick, I'll get back with them and say something just as slick, if not slicker. And when I do that shit, they be like, oh, you got a little sharp mouth. And they look at my mouth, niggas be like, what you got some nice lips. What that mouth do? What this mouth do is argue. That's what it does, argue. But hold on, good God. Hold on, somebody's sending me a message on Jacked. Let me cut this off. Okay, got it. Okay, as I was saying, um, oh, in California, really? Oh, really, Jay Don? And you know what? This is the thing. I like with straight people, it's like for gay men, it's a slippery slope because if you look more masculine than feminine, sometimes people feel as if you betrayed them. That's weird, I know, but they be like, I like you because I know that you're gay. If they know that you're gay, it's almost like a comfort. You're in their comfort zone. But if they don't know if you're gay, like if someone like captivating, they may look at him as, oh my God, he led us on because we didn't know he was gay. But they don't feel, it's almost as if they've been sleeping with the enemy. Now, a really feminine gay person, I witness straight people that like them because they can tell that you're gay. So listen, you're gay. I feel uncomfortable with that. But the other part is, if you're so flamboyant, sometimes they're like, okay, you're doing too much. He don't have to make everybody know that he gay. Okay, well, damn if I do, damn if I don't. Chupacabra, you know what, damn it. Shut the hell up. Chupacabra, baby, you know them dick pictures coming. Your mind be like, oh, wait, what? I was going to the grocery store. What was I talking about? Alligators build nests on land. What was I talking? Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. Yes, let me tell you, y'all. And I would get those kind of pictures when I was celibate, y'all. Because again, for those that don't know, I was celibate for a period of time here on YouTube, and everyone took the journey with me. Everyone was on the journey with me when I was celibate for like 35 days, and I felt that altered my life. Just those 30 plus days altered my life. So anyone that can be celibate, I commend you on that. Now, your snooch may be welded shut and it may be, shut so much that you may have to get an archaeologist to dig it up and the interest to be found. But otherwise, I salute you in it and your celibacy. Look at Lynn T. There go Lynn T. There go T. Danielle. There go Lynn T. There go T. Danielle. You know what? I can't stand y'all, both of y'all sometimes, really. I can't. I cannot. But you know what? I think that even just yes, J to the yes, archaeologist here. Uh, but y'all, I'm telling you, even just going out with my friends, and I meet these people, and when I go to the place called JR's, I meet all types of people. You meet straight people, you meet gay people, you meet trans people. But y'all, the funny thing is also the trans people sometimes are treated bad by gay people because gay men can be nasty to trans girls. Gay men can also, because on the spectrum of gayness, like lesbians and gay men, a lot of times what I've observed, they don't even go to, there's lesbian bars sometimes, and then there are gay bars. The women have their own separate thing sometimes. And it's funny that a black homophobic man can be friends with a lesbian girl that's a stud. A lesbian woman that's a stud can be friends with and I know why that is. Of course, it's because they don't feel that stud is going to hit on them like they may think a gay man will hit on them. But we're not. I don't want you like that. I absolutely do not want you. Yo, I do have to get off this phone. And Chupacabra is not because a dick hit me and sending me a picture. I need to go out, I need to go. Look, I'm trying to get the lie together, y'all. Hell, on the tongue tie. No, let me stop. I'm going to Lowe's. I am weed whacking my backyard because my backyard looks like South America because of the damn rain. And y'all, I was growing watermelons. I'm still growing watermelons, but the damn bugs and birds keep getting a hold to my shit. I had a watermelon. I cut it. I opened the watermelon and it was white inside, but bugs had got a hold to it. And I just wanted to see what the inside looked like if it was red already. But unfortunately, it wasn't. And some bugs had eaten it. But I need a bug to eat me right about now if you get my drift. But look at Lynn T. Really, Lynn T. You really listening to Chupacabra. T Danielle, that damn T Danielle. Damn T Danielle. No, I do. And I gotta walk Kai. Y'all, because I'm off today. And when I'm off, I try to take him on these long walks. And because if I don't, he gonna tear shit up around the house and I'm gonna have to beat him. And I haven't beaten him like, I pop him on the butt. Need somebody to pop me on my, but we but y'all, thank y'all for coming. Too much love. I need to reach out to a few people, but again, much love to you guys. I'm out. Peace.